Urantia book, the theme of unity comes up over and over again in different ways. One set of unified fields is the unity of science, religion, and philosophy, with science dealing with the physical realm, religion dealing with eternally lasting values, and philosophy uniting these two domains with wisdom for conducting our lives. Achieving this unity of thought, in which you can establish a philosophy of living that is both practical for the material world and nourishing for your internal spirit needs, will help you through the ebbs and flows of life. In Jesus' discourse on science, Jesus takes us beyond the pitting of science and religion against each other, and he expounds on science and religion as being two parts of a whole that are brought together through well-balanced thought. Thought that is neither overly guruistic and impractical, nor devoid of respect for what it means to be human. Thought that is, altogether, wise. Jesus says, "The real problem is, how can the finite mind of man achieve a logical, true, and corresponding unity of thought? This universe-knowing state of mind can be had only by conceiving that the quantitative fact and the qualitative value have a common causation in the Paradise Father." There are facts about certain things. Mountains exist. Evolution happens. People affect each other. These are quantitative facts that can be talked about and measured by those who study the material world. And then there are qualitative values, what we draw from those facts, how we allow them to affect our lives. And both of these, the facts and the values, are a part of the whole of our existence. They come from God and can exist cohesively within one's philosophy of living. But when religion refuses to acknowledge material facts, people turn away from religion. And when science refuses to acknowledge the value of personal internal experience, people turn away from science. But these two realms do not need to be at odds with each other, nor should they converge. They can, however, become united by a fulfilling philosophy of living. God is the creator of the whole. And to be able to bring together the different parts, the scientific and the religious thought, we must understand that there is a whole. There are patterns of existence created with a plan. And these patterns play out in our material existence as well as our spiritual development. So, what are those patterns of existence? Jesus puts forth the concept of progressive spiritual attainment, the slow growth from imperfection to perfection. Our physical bodies are mechanisms that grow and change over time. The development of the human body through evolution took a long time, but that plan comes from God and is a part of the greater whole of existence. Our development from children to just normal adults requires time and a lot of changes, and it is also a part of the whole of existence. Our spiritual development follows the same pattern. We can see the fact of evolution. We can see the fact of children growing into adults. And since our spiritual development is also a part of the whole, it follows the same pattern. People do not suddenly or magically become better. We take our life circumstances and either place in them retrogressive, negative values from which we gain nothing, or we place those circumstances within our life's education and find lasting positive value in them. This is progressive personality achievement. Our world changes fast. The facts of our life circumstances change. Our communities, jobs, and our families all change, but a person who has a sense of unity between the changing material world and the spiritual values that we pull out of our experiences will be better placed to form a philosophy of living that can take her through any challenges. That feeling of insecurity that we get when our life's trajectory is not turning out as planned will have far less power over us when our minds are well practiced at finding material solutions to our problems. turning to God to help us recognize values of our experiences, and uniting both of these to drive our actions forward.